Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. So we have still like another week of no Arrow to get through, which, yes, I know it's a bit tough, but together we can all get through it and all that good stuff. And what better way to get through it than with some information and news on episodes that will be hitting our screens in the near future. When we return to Arrow in just over a week from now, we will be watching episode 14, otherwise entitled Collision Course, where we will be dealing with like a Team Arrow civil war essentially, as well as some more like Black Siren stuff that will push her storyline further. But the week after that, in episode 15, we will be getting a highly anticipated episode for this season when we have a fan favourite character returning and starting a multi-episode story arc, and that is of course Roy Harper, aka Arsenal. Episode 15 of this season of Arrow is otherwise entitled Doppelganger, which is a pretty important title if my theories are correct on a certain character, and we do get a hint at where that character could be heading in what we will be going over in this video. But speaking of this video, in the video we will be going over the synopsis or description for this episode, breaking it down and what certain things could mean, as well as going over all the information that we know going into this episode and what could come from it. But of course, before we jump into all of that, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions. Are you hyped for this episode? What are you looking forward to the most? And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like on it to show your support and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Oliver and Thea are shocked to hear that Roy Harper is back in Star City. However, when they discover the circumstances of Roy's return, Oliver and Thea realize that Roy is in trouble and jump in to save him. Black Siren makes a shocking decision. So there are really only two big things to break down and go over from this synopsis, and the first of these is Oliver and Thea are shocked to hear that Roy Harper is back in Star City. However, when they discover the circumstances of Roy's return, Oliver and Thea realize that Roy is in trouble and jump in to save him. Now, we knew a while back that our good old mate Roy Harper would be coming back to Arrow this season, beginning in episode 15 and sticking around for a couple of episodes and having his own story arc that did involve Thea Queen as well. It is interesting, however, to hear through this synopsis that Roy comes to Star City without notifying anyone else, and they must learn through some other source that Roy is in town. The only issue I sort of have with this, as well as how and why Roy is back in Star City, is that it sort of sounds like the setup for his appearance in Season 4 of Arrow, when he was in Star City and doing all those bad things, but obviously that was all due to Roy being under the control, or the blackmail, or whatever you want to call it, of the Calculator, or Felicity's father. But then again, this is only a synopsis, so the finer details around Roy's return and the manner behind it could be much different to those of his appearance in Season 4, so I guess we will just have to wait and see in regards to that when this episode finally airs. The synopsis does focus on Oliver and Thea being the ones to be involved with Roy and his story for this episode at least, which isn't too surprising. Oliver was Roy's mentor, and Thea is his true love, I guess. So yeah, that doesn't really come too much of a surprise that the two Queen siblings are the ones to be helping Roy out for this episode. I'm sure most people are wondering whether or not we will see not only just Roy Harper suit up again as Arsenal, but also whether or not we will see Thea suit up again as Speedy. You think it would be a missed opportunity to not have Thea and Roy suit up together, as back in Season 4 when Roy did show up again for that episode, Thea was dealing with that bloodlust issue, so she couldn't appear in her suit with Roy at that stage because she was sort of bedridden. In regards to Thea and Roy's story for the episode, and most likely the episode to follow, I feel we are going to see the wrap up to both of these characters' stories, with at the end of whatever episode that this story arc ends, we will see both Thea and Roy leave Star City for good to be together forever, if you want to put it that way. Obviously, they could go for the much darker route if they wanted to, with Thea or Roy, or possibly both of these characters dying, but I don't really think anyone wants to see that, so go with the option that I'm pretty sure most people would be happy with, and that is with both of them leaving Star City together, which they should have done back in Season 4 when Roy showed up. So better late than never, I guess. And the last part of the synopsis to go over is Black Siren makes a shocking decision. So as I said, in episode 14, the episode we come back to Arrow with, we are meant to be seeing more progression in Black Siren's story for this season and her inner battle with whether to turn to the side of good or not and just stay bad. And seeing this as the synopsis for episode 15, I feel this will be an episode in which that takes a big turn and we possibly even see Black Siren take the identity of Laurel Lance of Earth 1 or push in that direction. I don't really know how they could make that work, saying that all of Star City knew that Laurel was the Black Canary and that she died being the Black Canary, but her taking the identity of Earth 1 Laurel is the only way in which I can see her character moving forward and being able to remain on the show, which is what I want to see. The big question and most interesting thing to see come from this shocking decision is whether it is just us, the audience, that sees her make this decision, or whether she reveals it to someone else, such as Quentin, or even someone else on Team Arrow. You would have to think it would just be Quentin if they decide to let another character know of it, but we would just have to wait and see in regards to that, I guess. And also the episode after this, Roy Harper will still be around. Don't worry, he's not just back for one episode, he's back for a couple of episodes. But the episode after this, episode 16, which I can't remember the name of the episode off the top of my head, but anyway, Nyssa Al Ghul will be back for that episode. So this is the first episode she's going to be appearing in since last season's finale. Technically, she was in this season's premiere, but it wasn't the proper actress. It was like a stunt double in the back, like a body double, so you didn't actually see the proper actress. So she's back for next episode, in episode 16 after this one, which is really exciting. So we get Roy back in episode 15, then Roy sticking around for episode 16 with Nyssa Al Ghul coming back as well. Really exciting. And even Stephen Amell on Instagram earlier on from when I'm making this video will reveal that in episode 18 they're going to be having another guest star that a lot of people will be excited about. The big rumor is that it's Sarah Lance coming back to Arrow for an episode, but we'll have to wait and see. There's been no confirming or denying whether that's happening or not. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, in regards to that. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the various things I've gone over in this video? Are you excited to see Roy come back? What are your thoughts on Black Siren? Do you think she'll take the identity of Laurel Lance, or do you think this shocking decision that she's making is something completely different? Just let me know all of your opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.